Visual. A sunlit patio with a sparkling pool, soft music playing, and a warm, inviting vibe. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're in for a treat. This story's got layers, surprises, and a whole lot of heart. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you love a good tale, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss what's coming next. Let's get started. He didn't notice her at first visual. A bright, sunny patio. A man lounges by the pool, relaxed, with a towel draped over the chair. The sun was high, casting golden rays across the patio as I stepped outside. He was stretched out on the lounger, arms tucked behind his head, eyes half closed against the bright sky. His swim trunks were still damp from an earlier dip, the towel beneath him slightly crumpled, catching the edges of the pool's shimmer. I let the screen door close with a soft click, balancing 2 fresh towels over one arm and a chilled glass of lemonade in my hand. The ice clinked with each step across the warm stone path, my bare feet soaking in the heat. He opened his eyes and flashed a lazy grin. "Perfect timing," he said, reaching for the glass without sitting up. I handed it to him, then held up the first towel. "This one's for now," I said, tossing it lightly. He caught it, but his grin faded into curiosity when I held up the second towel. "And this one's for later. Trust me." His brow furrowed, but before he could ask, his gaze shifted past me. That's when he saw her. She didn't say a word. Visual. A woman steps out from the pool, her navy swimsuit catching the sunlight, a towel loosely draped over her shoulders. She stood by the edge of the pool, her wet hair slicked back, droplets trailing down her arms and onto the patio stones. Her navy swimsuit shimmered faintly, reflecting the rippling water behind her. She didn't speak, just offered a calm, steady smile that seemed to hold a story of its own. He glanced at me, then back at her, his expression caught between surprise and intrigue. I let the screen door swing shut again, the breeze carrying the scent of chlorine and summer. "Thought you'd like a surprise," I said, leaning casually against the lounger. "I just didn't say who." He didn't respond, his eyes darting between us like he was waiting for the punchline. None came. She stepped forward, her movements slow and deliberate, wrapping the towel tighter around her shoulders. Her smile didn't waver, but there was something in it. Something that said she was exactly where she wanted to be. The air shifted. Visual. The 3 characters are now near the lounger, the atmosphere warm but charged with unspoken understanding. He sat up slightly, the towel still clutched in his hand. I stayed standing, arms loosely crossed, watching the way his shoulders tensed, then softened. She unfolded the clean towel I'd left on the lounger, her hand steady as she draped it over her lap and sat cross-legged at the edge of the chair. No rush, no urgency, just presence. I caught her eye for a moment, and we exchanged a small nod, a silent agreement that needed no words. He looked between us, his breath steady but deeper now, like he was starting to feel the weight of the moment. The pool filter hummed softly in the background, the sun warming the stones beneath our feet. No one spoke. No one needed to. The silence wasn't empty, it was full, like the air had thickened with possibility. His gaze dropped for a second, as if anchoring himself, then lifted again. He didn't move, but he didn't look away either. A shared moment. Visual. The scene shifts indoors to a cozy living room. The 3 characters sitting together, sunlight streaming through a window. We followed him inside, the transition from the warm patio to the cool house feeling like a new chapter. He leaned back on the couch, the cushions sinking slightly under his weight. His hair was still damp, catching the light from the window. I sat nearby, close enough to feel the quiet energy radiating from him. She settled on the other side, her towel folded neatly beside her, her posture relaxed but attentive. "Just stay with us," I said softly, my voice steady, not a command, but an invitation. His eyes flicked toward me, then her, searching for something, maybe clarity, maybe reassurance. She reached out, her hand resting open on the couch beside him. After a moment, he took it, his fingers hesitant at first, then firm. Her gaze met his, calm and unwavering, and she shifted slightly closer, her presence grounding the moment. I placed a hand on his shoulder, light but steady, feeling the rhythm of his breath slow. The room was quiet, save for the faint hum of the world outside. The story unfolds. Visual flashback montage showing moments of their friendship, laughing at a barbecue, sharing stories by a campfire, helping each other through tough times. This wasn't just a random afternoon. The three of us had history, years of shared memories, late-night conversations, and moments that had built a bond stronger than words. He'd been the one to make us laugh when things got heavy, the one who always showed up when we needed him. But lately, he'd been distant, carrying something he hadn't shared. That's why we planned this day. Not to overwhelm him, but to remind him he wasn't alone. She and I had talked it over the night before, sitting on this same couch, plotting a way to bring him back to himself. The pool, the sun, the quiet. It was all intentional. A way to create space for him to let go of whatever he'd been holding on to. As we sat there, the weight of the moment settled into something softer. He leaned forward, elbows on his knees, and finally spoke. "I didn't realize how much I needed this," he said, his voice low but clear. "You two, you always know." She smiled, the kind of smile that says I see you without needing to say it. I squeezed his shoulder lightly. "We've got you," I said. Always, the moment held visual. The three friends sitting together, laughing softly, the tension fully dissolved into warmth and connection. He exhaled, a long, slow breath that seemed to release something deeper. His shoulders relaxed, and for the first time that day he looked fully present. She handed him the glass of lemonade he'd left outside, and he took it with a small laugh, shaking his head. "You guys are too much," he said, but the gratitude in his voice was unmistakable. We stayed like that for a while, talking about nothing and everything, old memories, new plans, the way the sun felt warmer when we were together. The silence from earlier had transformed into something alive, filled with the easy rhythm of friendship. He looked at us, one then the other, and nodded. Not a big gesture, but enough. We nodded back. No more surprises were needed. The moment was enough. Visual. The camera pans out to show the three friends laughing together, the sun setting behind them. So, what did you think? Did you feel the connection they shared? If you were in his place, would you have trusted them to pull you back to yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. If you love this story, give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Want more stories like this? Let me know what kind of vibe you're feeling. More heartfelt moments, maybe a twisty mystery, or something else entirely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.